Oh boy. I hope everybody's got a sense of humor today. Because that was that was attempted a joke. My little Joe Biden. I'll give you another look at him. That's my meme of the day. I don't know. You gotta have a little sense of humor, I guess. Especially after the last number of days. Made me laugh anyways, and I needed that a little bit. So, anyway. Feel free to use it. Repost it, tweet it, whatever you gotta do with it. I don't give a shit. But, yeah, I don't know what else needs to be said. What a sad deal this weekend turned out to be for a lot of people. There's fucking shootings going on all over the place. It's just nuts. And there's really, from my perspective, I don't see any way that politicians and lobbyists and legislation is going to fix this. We are fundamentally broken. We are fundamentally fucked up. I mean, this kid, there's always the big one, right? Like when you had the Buffalo thing, and then you had Uvalde. The Uvalde kid he was in the limelight, and the Buffalo kid, no one ever. It just went away, right? It makes you wonder. And that one was the weird one. And I pulled up the photos of that, and we looked at that doctored up picture. Sure, maybe it was a legit photo, but somebody certainly doctored it up. It was definitely not. That was not a legit photo when they were, arresting that kid in Buffalo and putting him in the car. Thankfully, yesterday, come to find out, that kid had another firearm in that vehicle, and he had another 50 rounds. And he had plans. He'd gone up north, and they pulled him up in, what was it? Lake Forest, I think. There's all those, Chicago's weird with all the little suburbs. But the place where he pulled off the shooting is only 12.2 square miles. I believe Michael Jordan's got a house there. And then when they got him, he was on the 41, and he was headed back down south, back towards the place where he had just, pulled this off. Hours later, they said he went to Wisconsin and then came back, and it sounded like he had intentions of doing another shooting somewhere. I don't know. That's what they said. They said he not only did he, pull the one off, but he was going to do the other one. Thankfully, there was a motorist on the road. There's been contradicting stories, as there always is in these things. There's always, the police department said that they had an officer on the road, and that he was the one who recognized. I'm not even going to call this dude by his name, I don't think, because even though I'm nobody, I don't really want to put him out there any more than he already is. I'm going to call him Beaker. He looked like Beaker off the Muppets, so we'll just call him Beaker. How about that? I think that suffices. So Beaker is coming back. So he's gone to Wisconsin, allegedly, is what they're saying. He's flipped it around, and he's coming back in his little Honda Fit, his little, his goofy little thing, his little electric car, and the first thing I saw after this all happened was a bunch of these idiot leftists out there put out tweets of this kid dressed up like Where's Waldo. He was at a Trump rally. There was another picture where he had the Trump flag wrapped around. He was just making fun. He was mocking the whole thing. There was another picture of me sitting there in like what looks like a cell, right? Reading a Bible. This kid is weird. Baker was weird. He apparently lived in the basement of his house. His dad lived upstairs. He had a basement apartment. The authorities have been called twice in a year in 2019. One time he had attempted suicide apparently, and they showed up. And they left it to mental health officials because that's not really their area of expertise. And then the next time they were called, he had threatened the whole family. He said he was going to kill he said he was going to kill everybody. Now the way it looks is mom and dad are divorced, separated, I don't know what. She looks like a real piece of work too. The father apparently ran for mayor. He lost an election, the last election. And the mother, I guess, lives somewhere else. That's where the kid went when he came off the roof. And he left the firearm up there. Now, here's something that's really bothering me, and I've been trying to look this up for a while now. Law enforcement just keeps referring to the firearm that he used as a AR style high-powered rifle. What's going on here? They said the same thing about the other one. We've not seen this. They always come out and say what it is. Why are they not saying what kind of? I mean, ATF came and got the firearm. Why are they not? Why are they saying that? Why aren't they saying what it is? It's obviously not an AR-15 that he used. Is it because they don't want to take that shade off of that gun? Like that rifle's got such a, everybody calls it an assault rifle, and they're doing it again. They do it every time. These people, they've never been around firearms. They don't have any clue. An assault weapon is fully automatic, people. For anybody that doesn't understand that. I mean, I can take a handgun and pop off just as many rounds as I can with an AR-15. An AR-15 is a souped up 22. But they keep saying, and I can't for the life of me, I sat there for a good 2 hours this morning trying to find, what was the model number. Not that it matters. 7 people lost their lives, tons are injured, and a bunch of people are injured beyond even the here and now because they're going to have to deal with this trauma forever. I mean, they found a poor little infant that he was underneath his dad. His mom and dad both got killed. They were both, they were 2 of the 7 victims. Initially, it was labeled as 6. Now it's 7 because of another, one of them at the hospital succumbed to their injuries and passed away as well. And Beaker, I'll pull up the clip here. We've got the state's attorney. Let me just pull this up. He's given his statement, but they did hold him with no bail, which that's a no-brainer. I mean, and he admitted to all of it too. So anyway, let me just pull this thing back just a second because I used this guy for sound check, so we could get his name and all that. Cavelli's done a pretty good job. It seems like he's done a lot better than he's been pretty transparent with everything. And it seems like there's been some fuck-ups. Like there's been some screw-ups in this thing. I mean, this kid was known. He was on the radar. He was, this was not, the father apparently, obviously he's got a lot of connections to the community. It's a small community of about 30,000 people. Like I said, I think Michael Jordan's got a place there. It's right on Lake Michigan. It's a nice place. It's not like, it's not like Southside Chicago. It's 25 miles north. They don't have shit like this go down. Shit like this doesn't happen up there. This is it's kind of an uptick neighborhood. Like I said, right on the water. 12.2 square miles. It's just weird. And we'll get into it, but here I'm just going to play this because I haven't listened all the way. This just came up. So here we go.
I'm the Lake County State's Attorney. This morning, a few moments ago, the judge ruled that Robert Cremo III would be held without bond.
Beaker.
That there was probable cause to hold him at this time for 7 counts of first-degree murder. We have filed those counts alleging the intentional killing of 7 individuals. Based on the information
that stupid notification
has produced so far, the judge found that the evidence was at such a level that he could be held without bond. Also, because the fact that it is